can I do this right when I don't know what I'm doing for the first time around? And that makes it kind of fun. Anyways, I am Micah, and yeah, I ran this event this past weekend, and I got to find out where the hell I scored a score sheet for this. So hang on one second. Yeah, I think it's this guy here. Cool, cool, cool. I just need to reset a couple of boxes, and we'll be good to go. So instead of King of the Hill, which everybody seems to do, I tried to do a new kind of event, and I'll put up some of the, while we're at it, I'll put some up the random bowling that was going on. And just to teach me to normalize the volumes a bit here. And I do know that at one point in time, I did lose the audio for the stream that was going on, which was kind of a bit of a bummer. Stuff happens, right? It is what it is. But it was a good time. It was a great event. And instead of the typical King of the Hill where, you know, the same person has to be there time over time, I've set this up as sort of what I like to call beat the house, which is everybody's going to show up. They're going to bowl their qualifiers. There'll be a 3-string qualifier. After that, we'll have 2 quick 1-string knockouts. And after that, whoever survives the knockouts gets to bowl against me for 2 strings for bonus money. This first session, it's worth $50. So if the bowler beats me, it's worth $50. And yeah, that's pretty much the heart of it. So, you know, we had 11 people show up. It was a good time. And I think what I need to do is, let's see if I can do this right. I want to go to the live view, which I believe is going to, oh, that's so cool. The audio hangs out in the background. I may use that later on to my advantage. But yeah, so this will be the first round of the knockouts. So these are the top 4 qualifiers. What you see there is Jesse Lasala on the right, who has opted to go first. And if I'm smart, I can click the button. And Don Devish, who had qualified 3rd. So Mike Capone, who qualified 2nd, is bowling against Don. And Dave Rando, who qualified 4th, is going up against Lasala. And we'll see how this string works out. This is the first of the 2 knockouts. So the winner of this string carries on to the 2nd round of the knockouts in the chance of coming to bowl against me. So hopefully I can do this right and score these guys as they get ready to go. I'm trying to have this whole tournament be as quick and simple as possible on a Saturday morning, so I don't want to ruin everybody's weekend. That's my primary focus. So again, Jesse Lasala and Don Devish. And Devish is going to be off the head pin with his first ball, leaving a cleary down the right-hand side. I might as well get my instant replay going. Make sure I haven't got any other additional extra events here hanging out. I do, but I can delete this one. And replay is on. Lasala is going to be off the head. He's going to be on the head, but he's going to leave the starlight off to the left. And if I do this right, he should have a head pin up there. DJ is unable to convert. Lasala is unable to convert. DJ just looking at the 7-pin, drills the cap, so he'll have a 10 box out of the gates here. Now you'll see that it includes his handicap score. He gets 17 pins in handicap. Lasala is going to settle for a 7 box. Now, he came in with an 85 average. He normally bowls out of K-band lanes. And he was doing really well. As a matter of fact, I think he threw his all-time high single here. And just had a great day of bowling as DJ is flush on the pocket. Now if he can just pick up that 7-pin for the 2nd ball in a row, he'll be on his way. Lasala firing away in box 2. He's going to show DJ how to pick up that spare. And DJ is going to play the wall, so I'll steal a clip of that one. Lasala's 2nd ball will be on the head pin, leaving the diamond 2 to clean up for a 10 box. Again, this will give me a chance to kind of play with a few buttons here. Lasala's going to go into the gutter. Lasala firing away in box 2. Oh, that's going to be DJ clearing. Show DJ how to pick up that spare. Oh, I got to clear the audio on that. There we go. That'll be out. All right. So DJ looking to fill here, box 3. Going to be off the head pin, pick up 5, punching through the 2-hole, leaving the 4-horse down the right-hand side with the sleeper. And Lasala, unfortunately, is just going to get the half-worcester on the right. DJ's going to let that one slide outside on him, so just a 1 and 3 to clean up. And Lasala's going to pick out the 4-pin. And DJ's going to leave a spinner. I don't think it's going to come forward for him. Lasala's just going to pick up 2, so kind of a rough start. But again, you know, Lasala does get 40 pins in handicap. He's going up against Rando, who gets 26. We had a conversation after the event about what people felt about handicap. It's still ongoing. I certainly oof. Don with a big head pin splash, everything but the 6. Jesse shows him once again how to pick up the spare. So we're having a discussion about what the best answer is going to be for handicap to lure better bowlers into the tournament. So we'll be adjusting that probably for the next session, maybe going to 90% of 120, or maybe just 85% of 130, something to encourage, you know, some stronger bowlers to come into the tournament. We also know that it was a busy weekend. There's other events going on. You know, there was snow in the morning, so I was certainly appreciative for our first event, even to have 11 bowlers. The guys were great. Just good moods all morning long. The event, we started at 10:30. The qualifier was done right around 11:30, so it went fast. And Lasala will hit the head pin. Looking at the 6, 7, 10. He's got a couple of flat planks. I don't think anything really super helpful here. DJ is going to leave the Kaleri this time down the left side. And Jesse's going to send a pin forward. DJ will clear out 3. That will be a 5 fail for him as I'm trying to pay attention here, right? And Jesse, oh, he had a ghost ball take down the 10 pin for him. All right, so at the half, Lasala will be at 36, again with a handicap making it 76. Devish will be at 57, which becomes 74 with his handicap. So what we'll do is we'll switch this over to the second bowlers. So now you'll see that I'll bring up Mike Capone in blue, Dave Rando in purple. So I'm trying to make this be in a way where the active bowler, their scores are on the inside. But just to reiterate, Mike Capone, who's up on lane 8, is bowling against Don Devish, who just finished on lane 8. We are going to have the bowlers swap across lanes at the halfway point. And yes, it's annoying to have, you know, to move your bowling balls across the way. But it does mean when the bowler reaches for a bowling ball, like Dave Rando reached there to grab his second bowling ball, he's going away from the active bowler. It's, in my opinion, it's less of an interruption. And Rando's going to try to recover from the split. He's going to take out the left wing, but still needs the 3 and 6. Capone with a lambda left in the post. Oh, he slices through the lambda, but can't get to the post. Rando looking to 10 his way out of here. Right on it. As I continue to do these month over month, I'll get better stat displays in there for, you know, how bowlers finished up their qualifiers. In this case, Mike Capone was in first. I think he had a 520. I think Jesse was in second with, if I'm not mistaken, a 411. I don't know if I have a display. Rando's going to get right back in it, but unfortunately punch out the half whister on the right. Yep. Capone's going to splash on the nose and leave himself a 4 and 6. Dave Rando came in third with a 396. Don Devish with a 394. And again, all scores with the handicap being off of 130. 390 is, you know, you're a little ahead of your average pace, but kind of, you know, you'd expect that to be middle of the pack, if not, you know, a little higher up the line. So Rando's going to struggle his way to his 6 box out of that mess. And Capone will settle for a 9. Rando did have a second split there, if I'm not mistaken, but get that lined up. As he fires away in box 3, he's going to be off to the right. He's going to leave the 4 horse down the right-hand side and the 7-pin post. Capone is going to continue. All right. He's going to continue to splash away on the head pin. This time, a better leave as he's just got the 6 to deal with. As I'm looking for the sheets to make sure I'm not screwing things up here. We'll get the clip of that as Capone is right on the nose. And Rando will end up with a 9 box. Let's see if I can do this right and replay Capone's spare. Make sure I'm not cutting anybody out of any pins here. All right, Rando ready to fire away in box 4 while Capone is working on a spare. Rando will stay off the head pin again, leaving the Caleri on the left. Capone's fill continues to abuse the head pin here and abuse himself at the same time with ugly splits here. The 5-7. Rando runs the Caleri, but wow, welcome to spare time there as he takes out the 1-2-7 and only wobbles the 9. Capone with the wood absolutely blows it up. 2 spares in a row. And Rando's not going to grab anything out of that. We'll give you Capone's pickup again here. Again, the 5-7, 2 planks. Looks like he's pretty much aiming just on the right side of the line. Blows it up perfectly. Rando's sitting at 33. But again, with his 26-pin handicap, has him at 59. And in case you wonder why I don't just use the difference of their handicaps, again, we're still normalizing all scores to 130. Mike will be off the head pin. He'll take a 6 fill. This is Steve Carden laughing. It's better than the head pin's been for you. Oh, Rando gets his first mark of the string as he blows up the head pin there and cleans up that pretty rotten mess. Oh, and Capone's not going to let him have it to himself. So, well, unfortunately, we'll get Mike's score as we head into the second half. Bowlers are going to switch lanes, so I should be seeing Lasala move over to the left and Devish come over to the right. Let's get back to the live. So, yep, there we go. Devish's score is on the right. That's Rando on the left. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Let me check and see if I can figure this. This is going to be working through some glitches here, right? All right, so let's see if I set this to 3. There may be some of these fixes as I go. Bear with me. I promise I'll get it right away. There we go. All right, so now we have Devish's score on the inside for him as he starts to fire away in box 6. Lasala's score inside to him as we fire away for him as well. And DJ's going to pull that over and take out the back. Oh, look at these guys. They're almost like twins. DJ taking out the back left triangle. Lasala dropping that one out. Oh, DJ! Nice job cleaning up that mess there. His 3rd spare of the match. Lasala looking to clean up the 1 and the 7. And he sure does. So he gets a 10 box, but we'll play DJ's spare again. That was just a, I bet you he would have loved that as a first ball. Right in the mix there. All right, so if I haven't done things wrong, oh, we got an empty rack. DJ's going to need some pins. Again, we started out with 11 bowlers. It was 3 strings of qualifying with handicaps. All in all, things went pretty well. Bowlers were pretty tightly packed. One bowler who's asked that we not mention what his score was. DJ will settle for 7 on the spare. Looking at the 1-2-7. Lasala with the 1-3-6. Yeah, everybody was pretty much within striking distance of a spot, and DJ's going to go 2 in a row here. And Lasala's just going to get outside, so DJ bowling really well, like scratch. 84 plus a ball through 7. Lasala is going to pick up his pair, so 56 for him. Again, adding in the handicap. 96 for Lasala, 101 for Don Devish through 7 with a ball. So, and again, the handicap is both bowlers with the orange pin in the head pin spot. During qualifying, there is a pool. I'm going to have to change my camera angles a bit. I'll just get 4 on the spare. There is a pool for anybody that throws the strike with the orange pin in the head pin spot. DJ a little off to the other side. Oh, no. Lasala's firing a really rough second ball there. DJ looking to get out of this. It'll end up as a 7, so, and Lasala will get a hell of an out with a 9 box. So Lasala at 105, Devish at 112. And again, they're not bowling against each other. They're bowling against their opponents who are sitting down. the higher seed bowler does get to choose who goes first. The highest seed bowler gets to choose which lane they start and finish on. Wow. What so Lasala just takes out the check mark. DJ shooting down the 4 horsemen, and he does get it to go. 5 spares for Devish in this, as Lasala just picks out a single pin there. Looking at the 4 horse, plus it's sleeping 8. And that'll be an unfortunate 5 box, as we'll watch DJ take down the horseman again. That was a good shot. I like to say that at Sparetime, the wood and the pins feel heavy, but he managed to find a way to get the 4 and the 7 to chickle over there. So 105 plus scratch, and his fills haven't been his friend. Just a 4 there, and Lasala is going to be all the way out to the right, taking out the 10 pin. DJ with a heart in the middle there. That one's going to stay right. Lasala's going to miss wildly, but no worse for the wear. Just the 3 and the 6 to clean up. Oh, no. After all of that, Devish is going to finish with just a 5 box. And Lasala looks like he is going to be at 79, but obviously with his handicap, he's at 119. Devish throwing a 131 with his handicap. So, you know, look, we use the handicap to make things fair. You know, don't give any pins back. What did I get wrong on Devish? Do we have a math error here? Oh, we did. 5 is 50. I see what happened. Mr. Capone gave him the bonus pin. All right, I'm right. So Mike Capone, he's got a shot. So we do have the orange head pin strike pool, but it's only during qualifying. So any extra ones. Did he really just reset the rack? Because he didn't want to have to shoot at the orange head pin. Oh, that's so awesome. Both of these bowlers are coming up, filling on spares. You can see the differences. They both need to gain 51 pins in the half, and Capone's off to a great start with that 8 fill, but unfortunately, another split for him, leaving the 4 and the 10. Rando is also going to get a split. It's a 6 fill. So you'll see underneath their names up at top, you'll see the gap coming down. Rando now with just minus 44, Capone minus 42. Mike's going to take out a single pin. See how Rando does here. And I think, unfortunately, now you're going to have to deal with my voice as a fill. So, unfortunately, I think, oh, Mike's going to trip that one forward. So, Jesse, I think, had stepped on the USB connector I had for the ambient mic that I had running on the lane. So, what I might try to do is just run some ambient noise in there. Now, this isn't real noise. This is just so you don't have to only be satisfied with my voice for the rest of this stream. I don't think he broke anything. I'm not trying to make any jokes of it at all. But when he stepped on the connector, I think it messed up that microphone. And
pop back in for a second.
Oh, you're going to hear random audio from me too. Great. That's just what we don't need. All right. So Rando, 2 boxes in a row with a split this time. He's got the triangle 4. Thank you, Mr. Guyar. And the 10 pin all the way over to the right. But I like that wood. I wonder if he's going to shoot for it. Oh, he is. And, oh, it wrapped around. It wrapped around. That's just not right. Got the triangle, but couldn't get it to go down. Capone looking for the out. Oh, he's going to tap it. That pin slides over there, gets it over there. Rando will settle for a 9 box. So with just 3 boxes to go, Rando's going to need 29 pins to win. Capone's going to need 23. I'm going to see if I can't move. I can't because I can't. Oh, can I go to the preview? Yeah. All right. Let me get. I'm still doing some commentary there, so I'm battling over my own commentary, and I apologize. And again, this is just to give us some ambient noise because the microphone got killed.
What happened?
And Capone is going to be enjoying his first, second split of the second half.
All right, Steve
and Rando's going to be way out shopping through the 4-hole. Capone's got the diamond 3 and the 7 post to deal with, and he's going to be behind it. So he's going to get the 6 and 9 out of there, and Rando's second ball is going to be just short of the head pin. Is it going to take the post? He's got the infinity gauntlet there to deal with here to try to get it out. Ooh, Capone's only going to chop out the 3-pin. Still, better for him. He's just going to need 15 over these last two. Rando, that 8's going to make it tricky. He's going to need a mark to win, a pair of 10s to tie. And again, these are one-string knockouts. So a lot of the our King of the Hill tournaments and stuff like that, there's like prolonged ladders. I'm a big fan of trying to get this tournament to be quick and dirty. And Mike is once again on the head pin, once again with a split. He's got the 4 and the 10 to deal with. And Rando with a washout. I hate that. I call that a washout. I don't even know why. I feel it's like the ball just washed out of doing anything good. It takes out, if you look at the rack from that angle, there's 4 rows of pins, and he just takes out that second row. The 3, the 5, and the 8 are gone, and oof, he's going to miss the head pin there, so he's definitely going to need a mark at this point in time. This is going to be one hell of a, it'll be a hell of a 10 box if he cleans it up. And Capone is just going to need 5 pins to take his string. So let's see if Rando can get a bunch here. He's going to get 2, so that is going to leave him at needing a mark plus 5. I'm actually going to, give me 1 second. I want to mute. I want to mute the audio on this string as it's got some clicking coming in that I don't like. And that first ball is going to give Capone the win. He's got the triangle 4 to clean up. Oh, never mind. Look at this. The slowest strike ever. Oh. And Rando, unfortunately, he's going to need to clean up the 4 horse down the left-hand side. Will he get it to keep his hopes alive here? Oh, he couldn't get the 4 to go. Good ball, everything that you'd want it to be, and it'll be a 9 box as he just knew he was in trouble. So Lasala will move on with a 119 to 114 victory, although I'm seeing it as a different score here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. 10-10, 9-6. They said it was a 6. I thought it was a 5. Capone's first ball will be back on the head pin. Can he clean up the triangle 2 for a 20 box here?
Top 4 will bowl to see.
He sure can. So we'll do it. I want to see if I can do this real quick. This is the the strike was so slow. I haven't even got the beginning of his swing on this one.
Oh, Rando getting a raw 7-10 there.
Alrighty. So with that string in the books.
Wow. Strike on.
So if I do knockout here.
I don't think he's in the skins. I bet you he wishes he had jumped.
Oh no, I think I screwed up. That's how this goes. Let's see what happens. So I don't think I fixed my score sheet. So bear with me here. So knowing that Capone and Lasala have moved on, I know that that's how that's going to be. I'm going to clean up some marks here on my score sheet. Please bear with me. Hopefully I can do this right. And then we'll cut over to the next video.
That can't be right.
And if I do this right, I'll be able to score
He's killing me.
Capone and Lasala. So I need this, and I need to cut to... No, I don't want to cut to. I want to cut to round 2, but I want to do it this way. All right. So if I hit play.
Man wasn't here.
There we go.
We can do our best.
We should see Lasala and Capone coming up.
He was in the high pools.
As Lasala is bowling.
Wasn't in the triple strikes or anything like that.
I don't like that.
He's a good bowler. No doubt. Good bowler. Hey, J Dumb. Thanks for the follow on that, by the way. I don't know if you're still hanging around.
Trying to clean some stuff up here. Lasala is going to be on the head pin with a split.
People still
and he'll take the 8 out, but not the 6.
Double check.
But right on it for a 10 box. So Lasala's handicap is 40. Capone's is 17. And we're off and running. It took me a second. Something to iron out for the next time around. Lasala firing away in box 2. And again, he has a 40-pin handicap. Wow. on the head pin, everything but the 6. We'll see if he can clean it up. He's going to miss it to the inside. He came in with an 85 average. He normally bowls out of Cape Ann lanes. And as he was saying, they're new pins. They don't really fall over nicely for him. Bowlers coming in here to spare time. I will use the first 9 strings you throw in a Beat the House tournament to qualify as your house average. So I don't think this guy's a pocket, 120 bowler or anything like that, but he certainly was doing well here at spare time today. And there won't be a split. Once again, another 9-pin drop, this time just the 2-pin to clean up. And that's going to, it's going to pole dance it, but it's not going to go down. But he will get it for a 10 bucks. So 29 through 3 for Lasala here in the second knockout round. Obviously getting 40 pins. He has, well, I say 40. Technically he's getting 23 pins, right? He's going up against Capone. Oh, you know what? I haven't built a score sheet for the finals, so this is probably a dumb idea. We'll see how I do this. But Lasala picks out the 6-10. Then he picks out the 4-7. So, and one at the meet. It'll be an 8 bucks as he deflects through it, leaving just the 5 and the 8. And anybody here who's looking at it, seeing it as dubbed audio, I'm not going to argue it. I am using a bogus audio track just to give us some ambient noise. His first ball, once again, on the head pin. It's a baby split. He leaves the 3, 5, 9, 10 as I'm thinking about how I'm going to pull out a score sheet for the 2-string final when I don't have one ready to go. But I'll find a way. And Eric. Jesse will finish with an 8 bucks there, so he's off to technically a 45 half. But again, he gets 40 pins, so it's an 85 half. Capone, Mike Capone, who's stepping up now on lane 8, he gets a 17-pin handicap. So there's a 23-pin difference between them. But again, I score everybody their full handicap. So as soon as he throws his first box, you'll see an additional 17 pins stacked on for his total down the bottom. But here he goes, firing away on lane 8. And again, as the number 1 seed, he does get the choice of who bowls first and what lane they start on. So he opted to go second and start on lane 8. A great first ball. He's got 4-7 lined up with a great plank in between them. And no doubt he's going to take that one home. So we'll replay that spare as I score it up. I need to make some adjustments. I didn't put my pin cam up as high as I normally do simply because I was trying to get as many lanes as possible. The fill's going to be a little light for Mike. He's going to miss the head pin, but thanks to a couple of late pins, he's just looking at the 4 horsemen down the left-hand side. So as you can see, he has 16, but 33. So now just needing 52 to play catch-up. Oof. And that's kind of what I expect out of spare time. The wood just plays heavy. He throws that ball perfectly on the head pin, but you just see it deflect out of there, leaving the 4 and the 7 standing, and not for long. So it's a 10 box, 26 through 2 on the score sheet, but of course 43 where it really matters. Capone's bowled extremely well today. His first 3 strings, if I pull it up real quickly, were a 128, a 113, and a 128. So those are his scratch scores. And a 420 with his handicap. Once again on the head pin, leaving just the 6 and the 9. Should be a gimme. Oh, no, he caught the cap. I don't know if he was off balance when he let that go, or if that was just him. He's like, oh, I knew I threw it away. little bit of frustration seeping out on him. Oh, and that one's going to go away for an 8-box. So 34 through 3. And ironically enough, that's what he's trailing in the string. But again, a 23-pin difference. So if he can pick up, 20 pins here, he's a little ahead of pace, but I'm sure he'd like at least one more mark heading into the second half. I don't think I have the words to explain what just happened to him there. He hit it a little thin, and oh boy, did he pay the price for it. So poor Mike. And his second ball is going to be on the 5-pin. So he's getting the spare time treatment here. He's left with a 3-2 split off to the right, and will pick up 2 of them for just a 7-box. Working his way through here. I'm going to move ahead of that. See if I'm still doing commentary in the background. This is what happens when someone steps on your mic cable. Oh, well. All right, Capone sitting at 41 through 4. And again, I do feel he's really thinking, I want a mark for the seats. And, all right, that got better. The more that we watch, the better that leave got. So what was a 4-6-7 split is now just a 6-pin. Just ignore the wood, man. Go right at the stick. Don't get lured. And there you go. All right, so we'll replay his spare as Jesse comes up to finish up the string. You can see that Capone has cut the lead down to 27. 17. But he does have a ball to fill there, so I'll click a stick, and we'll change this over. You see Lasala's score is going to be closer to where he's bowling now, as the bowlers will move over to lane 9 for the second half.
Makes it fun. All right, bring that in. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Something to fix. I'll get this straightened out.
So Lasala sitting at 85, Capone sitting at 68 plus a ball as we go into the second half.
Up at the top, you can obviously see as Dave Rando is bowling on lane 8.
And Lasala is going to start out that second half real hot. They'll rock the head pin pretty good. Everything but the 9. And, oh, he's going to find the gap, unfortunately. Not what he wanted. And he will clean it up for a 10-box. All right, so stretching his lead out now to 27, and every pin that he adds, you'll see it, above his score sheet there. It says 27. Capone's at minus 27 as he continues to throw.
But what I don't understand,
it's just going to stack it up.
Thanks, Mike.
That one's going to stay outside, take out the triangle 6. So he's got the head pin and pretty much the rest of it there. That one's going to catch the outside of the 3-pin. And he'll take down the rest of it. And imagine that. There's me trying to throw a couple of warm-up boxes on lane 7. And Jesse will just continue to pin well. That's a 9-box. 64 with 3 to go. Again, he came in with an 85 average. He's making the most out of it here.
93 for you.
This is a 1-string knockout to determine who I have to bowl against for 2 strings. And I'm certainly just throwing a bunch of bowling balls over there on lane 7, trying to loosen myself up. What's up, Hoagie? Hoagie the bowler. Someone's a Hoagie bowler. That must be out of Jersey, which means that's probably duck pin. Lasala's going to stay outside to the right, pop through the 6-hole. And his second ball, looking to do a cleanup there, is going to rip apart most of the shell, but he's looking at the 5 and the 8. All right, that wood's drifting. And, oh, he's going to make it happen. He's going to get a 10-box out of there. 74 with 2 to go. He just wants to pin well to make it hard for Capone. You can see right now. Oh, awesome. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, this is obviously, I do a lot of streaming for the ACST matches. This is my first. This is a little tournament I'm trying to do. Instead of a King of the Hill or a Queen of the Hill, I'll have bowlers work up a quick ladder to try a bowl against me for 2 strings. And Lasala is going to just miss the wood he was looking for there. Leave the 6 and the 10. But again, sticks here are huge. And he'll sweep one of them. So he'll be sitting at 123 with a box to go. And Capone can see the nightmare to go. So again, right above the score sheet at the top, you can see it's 55 pins. Capone is sitting on a fill, but seems like he's going to need at least one mark, possibly two. Wow. Look at that. Oh, my Lord. All right, don't overthink it, right? Look at this setup. The whole lumberyard. Oh, no. No. He dropped it to the light. Oh, no. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, he does it twice. Oh, that's just uncool. Well, yeah. He'll get a little heckling from the guys that we have here. It's all in good fun. So he'll throw a 92 string, which becomes a 132 with his handicap. Capone is going to need 65 in the second half. The good news is he's setting on a fill to help cut it down. So, you know, maybe one mark. Maybe he threw my bowling ball. Jerk. He's like, hey, they work real good. Good times. Such a great crowd. I love most of these guys. I think, you know, I'd never met Jesse before. He traveled about an hour and a half to come to the match. Chase, Abramczyk, had driven over 2 hours to come down. So I'm hoping we can grow this into a fun monthly tournament. Mike was able to fish out his fourth bowling ball. And again, you see the number there, 64 over the top of his head. Hopefully he can chip away at this bit by bit.
So going into string 2.
As I continue to chop through my warm-ups over there.
Mike Capone.
Alrighty. Oh, no. Well, the fill is only 3, but hey, look, it's still bonus pins towards it, so 61 is the goal now for his second half. And right at the meat. Oh, wow. How does that not go? Did a good job at the heart, just couldn't get it to trip. It'll be a 10 bucks. So he's got 64 through 6. Again, with his handicap of 17, he becomes 81. He needs 51 over 4, which, unfortunately, that does mean he's going to need 2 marks.
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
And obviously, decent pinning to make it easier on himself. So
my scoreboard sucks. It'll probably
the pressure's on. He's got the orange head pin, and he hits Drew Steele's chop zone. Going through the 3-hole, just taking out the 3-5-9.
So one of the things that I'm trying to do.
And dude, I do appreciate that you love the setup. It's something I have a lot of fun doing. A great second ball. I tend to go on, in that point, I'd go on the 3-pin side of it, play the gap, see how it sprays. But he got the 1-2 pocket, and he got it jumping, but just couldn't get it to carry the backs here. So he's looking at the 6 and the 10. The 8 over there. You might play the edge of the orange pin out there. And he did. No. Didn't quite kick anything wonderful. Just takes out the 6 pin, so an 8 bucks. Putting himself in a hole. He's going to need 2 marks and some decent fills there. 43 to tie, 44 to win.
At the end of these 3 strings, again,
uh-oh.
The top 4 bowlers.
You know, this is what happens with candlepin, where you're dealing with machines that are, you know, 60, 70 years old and a bit moody. You know, you see the gate comes halfway down. Now, we do know in this state, like if you throw a bowling ball at it, it may just automatically reset. So you just want to hit the button and wait it out. And that's what I was kind of talking to Mike over there. I'm like, oh, don't wait. You got to remember what we're supposed to do here. And he's able to get the reset there without causing a delay. All right, 3 to go.
There's additional pools.
Oh, and it was worth the wait as the 5-pin comes back forward. I like those ones. So a great pocket smash going Brooklyn side. And you see the 9-pin tickle forward into the 5-pin for the strike. So there's one of them. A good 20 bucks here goes a long way to making this a different story. He's cut it to 33. He's got 2 balls here to fill.
He'll receive.
And then 2 boxes, and
everybody
obviously,
that was in the high pool for that, which
what
would
the
be
hell?
6.
We'll watch that. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, you know it's going to need some pins. It'll take a
If
while.
You see the orange pins that show up every now and then.
I'm still throwing
One of
like
those is in the
garbage,
head
and I'm
pin
still
spot.
talking over
Bowler
myself. Maybe I
throws a
can
strike.
just
There's a
cheat
goal for
this
that.
ahead
5.
a little bit so I can get my talking out of the way with the noise. There we go. And again, the normal noise that's normally there. Oh! Wow. Second ball, almost a double. Wraps him around good. Just, even the late tap on the 5. Right down the middle, Mike. Right down the middle. Oh, no. This is a bad point in time to point out that his last name actually says Cap1. And ouch, 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 ouch. The worst time to hit a cap and get screwed on a spare. It'll be a 9 fill and a 9 balk. That's going to make it tight. He needs a spare here. Trailing by 15 going into the final box as I continue to fire away on lane 7 and obviously have no idea what the head pin is. Hey, Skull. Thanks for popping by, buddy. Oof. All right. Well, that's a tough break when you know you need a spare. He's got the spread eagle. He's got that wood in the middle. And this becomes the question, like, which way do you think you can tickle a wing to get that pin active? Oh, he came a little... he came a little high as he came across. I think he would have wanted to be a little more to the left to kind of kick that to the side. But that's it. Jesse will survive. Knocking off the number 1 seed as Capone finishes with a 110. Again, with his handicap, makes it a 127. So just a 5-pin edge. And I know my clear sheet doesn't work, so let me shut off the scores for a second while I try to fix my stupidity here. Because my name is Micah, and I'm not fully planned to stream all of these yet. But for the next one, I definitely will. I've got plenty of time. Again, this is meant to be a once-a-month tournament. We started this at 10:30 in the morning. It was done by 1:15, like completely done. So initial feedback was really good. And, yeah, I can't say anything bad about it. All right, so I'm going to change some names here. I know Lasala still is going to get his 40. I am not. I'm going to change to the last video. And away we go. So again, normally there would be some good audio. I don't have it. I'm going to pick on Jesse here because he stepped on my good audio. So Lasala's, I'm going to make him go first, and unlike the previous strings, I'll make him start on lane 9 and finish on lane 8. And look at this. Chips out the 4-7 pocket, manages to get the 6-10. If you were to pick those 4 pins up without everything else standing, you'd feel like a hero. Second ball goes right through the nose.
All right. Throw the head
So he's got the
back on
2,
for
3, and
stuck in
9 to
candlepin mode
deal
on
with
my-
there. And
Sitting
he'll
here
get 2
trying
out of
to
3,
clean
so it'll be a
my
9
ball
box.
before I
And
have
he's
the
underway, and I'm going to once again take that other one. And
for the strike, but really around 50. This will probably.
Jesus,
I will do it right.
I talk a lot. All right, let's get that out of there. I'm again just using that other lane for background audio. Well, he's on the head pin here, starting out his second box. And, well, he's got the rook, right? He's got the 5, 9, 10, a great piece of wood, and he's just going to get by it. So with his 40-pin handicap, he jumps out to a 49-pin score in the first box, and after a pair, he'll be sitting at 56. So while my scoreboard won't reflect this, and I apologize now, this is a 2-string final. So he'll be getting 40 pins for each of his 2 strings. And this is going to be a little sloppy, but we'll get there. So he starts out his third box off the head pin. He's got the 1, the 3, the 9, and the 10. I don't know how that tickled the head pin, but it did. Wow. through the 6 hole, manages to get the wood engaged and somehow tickle the head pin forward. It's a spare. They all look the same on paper. So 26 plus a ball, 66 plus a ball with his handicap. Oh, that's great. On the fill, he's going to punch through the 2 hole. He'll leave the 4 horsemen down the right-hand side, the 7-pin post out there to the left. And he'll find the big bunny hole. So obviously looking for some sticks here. You don't want to give away that spare. And that's a good out. He shaves out the 137, so it'll be an 8 bucks. On paper, 39 through 4. But again, with a handicap, 79 through 4. Like I'm sitting there talking to Mike Capone before I throw. And Jesse will be on the right side this time and almost picks up the spread eagle. He leaves the 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 and is shooting away in no time at all, and that ball's going to stay out. I don't think I realized how quickly he sets and fires. It's pretty impressive. And he's going to cap that wood, manage to steal a stick. So just a 45 opening half. But again, with his handicap, that's 85. So let's see if I can bowl. That, I think, was me realizing that when I went to slide up there, the approach felt really slick. But these guys have had the advantage of bowling on these lanes for, most of the morning. Let's see if I can start out here and shake off some dust. Ball 1. Well, that'll do it. No better way to start, right? Come across, hit the Brooklyn side, get that good mix, trip the 5 and the 9 late. Open up with a strike. Yay! I'm only trailing by 68. That's brutal. I get 7 pins again. Oof, oof. As I punch out the triangle for him. I get 7 pins. The handicap is 90% of 130. Again, next month we might look at doing 90% of 120. I'll get nothing. I'll be okay with it. Ooh. Well, that's a crap fill on a strike there as I having a little issue. First ball was good, and then I'm hitting a bit of a pit here. Looking at the 1, 3, 9, 10. And not looking at them anymore. Clean pickup for 10 bucks. So 26 through 2, which becomes 33. And now I just need 52 to cover up to take the string. Alrighty. Firing away in 3. Again. Oh, just watching it out of my hand. I can't hold on to it. Triangle 4. This is not the way to climb out of a 33 pin hole that you give someone in handicap. But that's part of the fun of this. All right. Second ball's on target. Just unable to catch the 2 out of there. So let's see if I can get a single stick out of here. And I'll take it. So another 10 bucks, not a 1 box, you jerk, a 10 bucks. 43 to 85, so I'll need 42 to tie at the halfway point. But obviously, I just want to get at least, within 20. So one more mark would feel good. And I will chop through the 3 hole. 359 goes away. Still just not quite, I don't know. I just don't feel like I had a good grip on the ball. And struggling my way through the first half here. Nothing says you suck like a quarter Worcester there, chipping out the 2 pin. That's brutal. 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 I hate myself for it. All right, just catch a couple here. Or put yourself in a giant hole by missing with 3 balls in a row. Wow. Leaving a TP standing there. Just a 5 box, folks. That's what happens when you're the house pro, right? You come in and you stink up the place. Oh, brutal. All right, so I got 38 pins to cover up with just 6 boxes to go. That's a pretty decent gap to climb. We'll see how it goes.
Pop back in for a second.
Oh, that's
And
not
what I
me.
can
That's
do
my other
is,
background
since the
audio, so that
leaderboard
means I
is
have to go back over
most-
here, cheat ahead a few seconds,
their last box
and
is
watch as I
full.
fire away here.
Capone.
All right,
firing away
that's
on
better.
9.
Found the head pin for a change.
DJ can't get that corner to go. Plenty of energy to Carton. The 2.
And we'll be looking at
Brando
just
with a
cleaning up
108.
the 6 and the 10. Couple of sticks in front of it. I'm a little
Devish.
concerned if I don't hit
Big
this
130.
really
And I know he's in all
solid.
the pools, so that'll pay
I'll
off.
deflect in the back,
John Ahern,
and almost did.
111.
But hey, a spare is a
Alex
spare is a
Chow.
spare. We'll watch it again as I
118. I'll
pick
give
up
my
that
heads up
mark.
for
I'll be
everybody.
at
Give these guys
51
some
plus a
scores.
ball at the halfway point. Most importantly, that cuts that lead from 37 down to 27. And we will switch him around there as Jesse comes up to finish up his first string on lane 8. You see John Ahern, who was one of the competitors. He didn't make the top 4, but he wasn't out by much. It was really surprising to me, you know, how many bowlers were probably within 15 or 20 pins of making it. Jesse will be on the head pin, but get a kind of a weird mix. He's got the 3-7-10. He's got great wood set up, and unfortunately, it's just off the 3 pin. So you want at least one here, and he'll get one. So it'll be a 9 box, 54. He stretches his lead back to 36. And again, this is a 2-string finale, and I'm a jerk, so I don't have my, you know, displays set up really to track the fact that this is a 2-string finale. We'll have it for the next one, but I didn't want to wait too long for these guys. And, oh, where's Paul Grant? Someone send out the alert. That's a lemon drop there as he punches out just the 6 pin. And then hits the 4 pin, but manages to clear out all of the back row. So now just the diamond at the heart. And he'll get 3 out of the 4. So from an ugly start, it's another 9 box, 63 on paper, 103 where it matters. 3 boxes to go as Jesse tries to, you know, set the pace for what I've got to catch up to here in the second half. And we won't talk about the mystery ball there. Managed to sneak down the lane without hitting anything. That second ball is much better and right at it, leaving the 4, the 7, and the 10, but, you know, maybe pick up those 2. Sneak away with a 9 box, and no one will remember that first ball. There you go. Couldn't ask for much more out of that. 72, still a pair to go. Again, he's an 85 average bowler. He's been over his average all day. Comes out of Cape Ann lanes. He says that they've got new pins in their square. And look, that's the whole point of handicap, right? I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be upset about it. He's bowled well. That's all there is to it. Takes out the 10 pin. And then, oh boy, a little bit of a chop on the left-hand side. So hopefully he can throw one right at the heart here. And that one's going to find the bunny hole. So I think I might have jinxed him. And I'm sorry that I did. So 76 through 9. He's got 1 to go here. 9 would be his average. As he gets ready for his final box of the first of 2 strings against me. Oh, I noticed I got to make a point where I can change out the knockout round 1, all that kind of stuff. Yep. Now he's going to punch through the 3 hole. Sorry, the 2 hole. Leaves the 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. And he gets it to kick. Great second ball. His first mark of the string. Oh, sorry, his second mark of the string. And couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, honestly, you can't come any later. But hopefully a good fill here. And he'll give me something to shoot for. So he's sitting at 126 with his handicap. Oof. Man, beautiful ball. Makes it 135. I didn't have the heart to tell him he doesn't have to shoot at it. I don't think he realized it was just a fill ball for the box. So he's got a 95, which with his 40 makes it a 135. So I have to throw a 128 on paper to tie him. And we'll see if I can get my head out of my tail side here. I am sitting on a spare. So hopefully I can make something happen as I step up here on lane 8. I obviously had some sort of a grip issue there in the first half, and hopefully I've got it sorted here and I can throw things online. We'll see how it goes. On the spill. Gonna pull it to the right, leave the Caleri down the left, so the 4-horse down to the left-hand side, the 9-pin behind it. No hopes of wood. Pretty tough spare in general. I still don't know how that 9-pin went. I blew up the front like you want. That 1 pin went off the wall. Wow, it just caught. I was like, when I saw it happening, I'm like, am I going to leave the 9 and get the 7? But managed to kick it just enough. On the fill. Once again, can't find the head pin. No worse for the wear. That's an 8 drop. Just the 1 and the 2 to pick up for a spare. Just nice and easy down the middle. And there you go. So just like that, 3 spares in a row. And I like to think I'm good hitting the head pin, but only 2 out of 7 in this string. 84 plus a ball. Well, it's a head pin. Damn it. Spread eagle right on the nose. All right, so obviously when you get one of these, you think about a 10 box. And balk. That's a balk, folks. Yeah, so this is one of those things. I don't know why I've been doing this lately, and it's happened since COVID. Sometimes my first step isn't really good.
Back in for a second here.
And
what I can do
I've made the
since my
point
leaderboard is
in my head
mostly
of
useful for
telling
this,
myself
bring this-
I need to reset when that starts to happen and not go through throwing the ball. So, bye, spammer. That'll be a 10 bucks. 98 with a pair to go. I love when spammers come into Twitch. Yeah. All right, so I'm down 30, and I got 2 boxes to cover the gap. Let's see what we can do here. Well, all right. No. I'm on the head pin. I'm thin again. Leaving the 5, the 9, and the 10, and I know I want nothing to do with that wood. I want to shoot this ball outside of the 5 pin so it comes across the 9 into the 10. Let's see if we can do it. We can. Huge spare with 1 to go. 108 plus a ball. That was pretty. Felt good. Got the double clap from me and everything. All right, let's see if we can fill this worth a damn. Oh, no. The orange pin. Well, all right. Ugh. A little thin. And just the lonely 2 pin with a stick against it. So I've got room on the outside, obviously, to hit this pin clean. And that's exactly what I do. So it'll be a spare in the 10th. 127 plus a ball, which has me basically at 134. So any fill of 2 or better will give me the first string. That would be 2 or better, folks. Finishing with a 20 bucks. I will take that all day, every day. All right, so how can I do this quickly? So I know I'm sitting at, let's do this. Let's see if this works worth a damn. We will try to use the second set to track the scores. That works. All right, so let's Z that. Forgive me as I clean up some of my smudges. Again, this is 100% my own fault. I hadn't really thought about I need the 2-string tally. This might work. All right, Jesse's firing away and on the head pin right out of the gates is string 2. You see our string number 1 over on the side. And that one's going to come to the inside early on. But again, he gets 40 pins in handicap. And that'll be at $10. So he's sitting at 185 to my 144. That one's going to be outside off the head pin. Kind of a weird mix, but hey, anything that works. See if you can drop one down the heart here. That one's going to stay outside and clean out the whole backside. Just the 1 and the 2 pin to clean up for the $10. And he'll have a pair of 10s starting out his second string. So for the moment, 195 to 144. Put in the string. He's got a quick 60-pin edge. Oh, he's got to have his share of rotten luck there as he goes right through the nose. The spread eagle, no wood to help him. Damn, gave it a much better run than I did. Picks up the 3-2 off the left-hand side. Everything but the 3-pin. Great ball. But it'll be a 9 box. So 69 through 3. The lead is 60 in the match. And again, should he beat me, there's a $50 bonus prize. If I beat him, that $50 will carry over to the next Beat the House tournaments. And he will hit the triangle 6 on the right, chip out the 8-pin behind it. And that second ball will unfortunately follow suit. One at the meet here. That's better. No, still a little off, but again, when your average is 85 and you're dropping 8s or better, that's the way to do it. 37 through 4, which is 77 through 4, and his lead is what, 68 at the moment. And he'll hit the head pin a little thin as it works itself out into a baby split. And he'll whistle through the middle of it. Not quite sure how he pulled that off. And he'll get a 9 out of that. So a 46 half. That's nothing to sneeze at. I think I need to move it this way, right? There we go. All right. So I'm going to step up there, needing 56, 76, 77 to catch up with him here in the string. We'll see how that goes.
And I will kick over to the right tally. And there you hear scores in. I should.
All right, firing away in string 2. I'll take that all day and every day. I don't like the way the wood is layered there. I know I want to go at the line, but I'm afraid it'll just deflect away. So I'm not quite sure where I want to get, but I want to be left of that line and not that left. That's a whiff. Oh, gave away the spare there. 9 drop and nothing, so now I just need to drill this 10-pin. And right on it. All right. Well, one missed spare opportunity. But just like that, the lead's cut to 60 in the match. many times can I swing my arms waiting on the gate? And all right, another 9 drop. Now I just got to pick up a 7 pin.
All right. Throw the headset back on.
Oh, come on. Stop
Stuck
talking,
in
dude.
candlepin mode
Nobody
in
wants
my
to hear
mind.
you.
101.
All right, shooting at the 7. Oh, no. Boy, I'm certainly not figuring out lane 9 worth a damn. Oh, that hurts. That hurts just watching it go away like that. And second ball, no better. Oof, that's going to hurt. 19 through 2. So I'm trailing 41 and, well, not 41. It's 33, right? So trailing 32 in the string, 34 in the string. But that's a 51 pin gap. And that one's going to stay tight, leave me the 4 horse down the left-hand side. Between the 2 strings, trailing 51 with 3 boxes in hand. Goes really good if you pick this up, or if you just continue to sizzle the ball away to the left. I do know I'm a little slippery on the approach up here on lane 9. This is a reminder to any of you out there that like baby powder. Stop doing it. Nail the head pin. It'll be a 10 box, 29 through 3, but you can't bring 10s to a match where you're giving up 33 in handicap. So, trailing by 50 in the string with 2 boxes to go, 41 overall. Oh no! My turn for the eagle. So I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to figure if I hit the 3 and the 6, I'm not going to get the 2 pin. So I'm going to aim at the 2-4 to see if I can slide the 2 in behind the 6 there and catch that wood. And just a bit full. I would have wanted to get a little more to the left there. But hey, 1 wing down. Now I just need the other. Take the 10 box, count my pins. Yep. All right. That's a struggle zone. 39 through 4, which is certainly not going to win much of anything. Certainly not, the final rounds here. There's a 40-pin gap. I have a box in hand. I have a 9-pin advantage from the previous, so I'm just down 31 at this point. All right. Back on the head pin. Excuse me. Just need to clean up the 4 and the 7. Nice and easy. Let it go out. Don't overshoot it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I definitely was slippery on 9, and my own fault. Just need to pick up the 4 pin here. For a markless half, I don't think I can complain too heavily. But it is what it is. I'm in trouble. Trailing by 21, going to the last 5 boxes. So I'll need whatever Lasala throws, plus 22. Oh, well, he ain't going down without a fight. Look at this. Just kind of clobbered and bullied that corner. Beautiful. They'll take the strike any way it happens. 56 plus a pair, and I'm continuing to compete with myself in the background noise there. So hold on for a second, and I will
second half.
Change some audio here. As his first ball on the strike punches through the 2-hole, and he's going to tickle the head pin. That's a good save on that spare there. Gets 6. And it'll be a 7 box. So 69 with a few to go, which becomes a 109 after his handicap's added. His lead is up to 44.
All right, so that's Chase. Let's see. Oh, Rando getting a raw 7-10
I'm still talking
there.
myself. It'll be on the head pin solid.
Oh.
And he couldn't get it to go. Wow, that's spare time in a nutshell for you. Wraps around the 4 and won't take it down, and he'll cap his way through. You can see the pin wiggling, but that's not going to happen. It's just a 9 box, 2 to go for him, 118 with the handicap. So I find myself needing 53 at this point, but he's also got 2 more boxes to go. And he's going to chop through the 3. Sorry, chop through the 2. Leaving the 1, 3, 6, and then the 4, 7. And he'll bunny hole. Looking to clean up here. And boy, will he ever. An explosive 10 box. Beautiful pickup. 128. And again, the idea here is with the handicap, you should be getting about 130 a string. So he's right on pace. And now above it yet again as he chops through the 3, taking out the diamond 3. The second ball will get everything but the head pin, so 1 shot down the middle. And it'll be a 9 box. So 137. So 272 through his 2 strings. Again, we're talking about, with handicap, 130 being expected. He's really only 5 or 6 pins, over what you'd expect out of that, which is, still over his average by 10 or 12 pins, but, good on him. All right. I'm going to need a 73 half to make this fun. Tall order, but I love him. That's the whole point of this tournament. All right, firing away in box 6. Get a heavy splash, just couldn't manage to get that 10-pin tickled. But now just take a deep breath, fire away at the corner. And take it home. So I'll take that all day long. That'll be 59 plus a ball, and including the fill, down to just needing 62. Well, 63. Good fill here will be key. Going to be off target, leaving the 1, the 2, the 7, and the 10. I obviously want to hit the inside of the head pin there, so I can push it into the 2 pin and hopefully kick off the 1 into the 10. And no. That one's going to just miss on the inside there. So want some pins to get out of here. And that's the instant replay. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. That's tough. A 6 box. So turn that spare 6 into just a 12, basically. 22 through 2. I'm trailing by 50 with 3 boxes to go. All right. Back on the head pin, leaving just the 2 and the 4. So take a nice calm breath. Pick up the easy spare, right? Easy spares these are. And there it is. All right. Knowing I need them, picking up the first one. 81 plus a ball through 8. Again, with the handicap, becomes 88. But the lead is just 40, and it'll get cut down by this fill ball. Oh, and my favorite orange pin yet again. And I wouldn't have deserved that either way. Wow. Well, I don't like those orange pins, and yeah, well, there it is, staring me right in the face. It's got that piece of wood there out front. Don't cap it. Don't cap it. Just shoot this over, take the stick, get the spare, And there you go. There was an angle on it. I hit it clean. I think I might have nipped the cap, but my ball comes in from that side, so drives right through it. The lead is down to 21, so still need some love here. And, well, all right. There it is, 13. I must pick up this spare to win the match. The 1-8 piece of wood hanging in between. Just drill the head pin. No. Nope. So Jesse will officially win the first Beat the House at Spare Time. I will say that he was feeling a little handicap guilty, so he's left the money on the table. This means that if I hit the stick, I still lose by a few pins. I lose by 3, 272 to 269. But we had a great tournament. It was just wild. We had skins going on top of the 3 strings of qualifier. There's other pools. And next month, looks like it's going to be February 15th. Again, registration at 10 o'clock. Practice, first ball at 10:30. And literally, we had finished by 1:15 p.m. with the final here. So I hope to see you folks here next time if you can make it. But otherwise, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for hanging out with me. And, yeah, I'll give you some replays before I get out of here. Let me just make sure that the audio is on for the replay stream, and we'll call it a day. Enjoy. On his way. Lasala firing away in box 2. He's going to show DJ how to pick up that spare. And DJ is going to play the wall. Splash everything but the 6. Jesse shows him once again how to pick up the spare. So we're having a discussion about what the best answer is going to be for just got the 6 to deal with. As I'm looking for the sheets to make sure I'm not screwing things up here. We'll get the clip of that as Capone is right on the nose. Wow, welcome to Spare Time there as he takes out the 1-2-7 and only wobbles the 9. Capone with the wood absolutely blows it up. This is Steve Carden laughing. It's better than the headpin's been for you. Oh, Rando gets his first mark of the string as he blows up the headpin there. And cleans up that pretty rotten mess. Oh, and Capone's not going to let him have it to himself, so they're almost like twins. DJ taking out the back left triangle. Lasala dropping that one out. Oh, DJ at the 1-2-7. Lasala with the 1-3-6. Yeah, everybody was pretty much within striking distance of a spot, and DJ's going to go 2 in a row here. Wow, what an so Lasala just takes out the check mark. DJ shooting down the 4 horsemen, and he does get it to go. And that first ball is going to give Capone the win. He's got the triangle 4 to clean up. Oh, never mind. Look at this. The slow for a 20 bucks here. He sure can. So we'll do it. I want to. He opted to go second and start on lane 8. A great first ball. He's got 4-7 lined up with a great plank in between them. And no doubt is now just a 6-pin. Just ignore the wood, man. Go right at the stick. Don't get lured. And there you go. To get the reset there without causing a delay. All right, 3 to go.
There's additional pools.
Oh, and it was worth. So he starts out his 3rd box off the head pin. He's got the 1, the 3, the 9, and the 10. Here and shake off some dust. Ball 1. Well, that'll do it. I'm a little concerned if I don't hit this really solid. I'll deflect in the back. And almost did. Sorry, the 2-hole. Leaves the 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. And he gets it to kick. In behind it. No hopes of wood. Pretty tough spare in general. Just nice and easy down the middle. And there you go. I want to shoot this ball outside of the 5-pin so it comes across the 9 into the 10. Let's see if we can do it. We can. With the stick against it. So I've got room on the outside, obviously, to hit this pin clean. And that's exactly what I do. Will give me the first string. That would be 2 or better, folks. Oh! But now just take a deep breath. Fire away at the corner. Pick up the easy spare, right? Easy spares these are. And there it is. It's got that piece of wood there out front. Don't cap it. Don't cap it. Just shoot this over, take the stick, get the spare. And there you go.